Greetings, Fortniters. This is JikkySef. We're going to use Surf Strider in this match. Harness the power of a rogue wave. I'm on the Fortnite wiki page, and here's what it says for Surf Strider. He's an epic outfit in Fortnite Battle Royale that can be unlocked by owning an Intel CPU between November 15th, 2020 and March 31st, 2021. But that's not all. You guys want to see a card trick first? Oh yeah. Reminds me of when I used to go to the Magic Castle in Hollywood. I love that place. If you ever visit Hollywood, make sure to stop by. They have a fantastic dinner there. And with your admission price, you get 2 magic shows. One in the small parlor, and one in the main showroom. However, very important tip, if you ever visit the Magic Castle, make sure you're wearing a tie. Otherwise, you might not get in. I had that happen to me once. I had to rent a tie from them. That's pretty funny stuff right there. Alright, we're going to take Surf Strider to Stealthy Stronghold, where we're going to be looking for Lara Croft, the Tomb Raider. I still have to see that movie. She is the female equivalent of Indiana Jones from Raiders of the Lost Ark. I used to love those movies as a kid. And it's also a fun ride at Disneyland. Alright, she could be found at the west side of Stealthy, as indicated by the talk bubble right there. And don't mind me, I just woke up, made a pot of coffee. I'm doing the laundry simultaneously. And sometimes there's a chest right here. There's sometimes an ammo box right there. They moved the chest underneath though. And there she is, Lara Croft, adventurer. I'm going to hire her after I do a challenge for her. I have to do damage with a bow. Let's see if I can pull that off. And look at that, we're adventure buddies. You guys want to be my adventure buddy? If you guys have been tuning into my item shop live streams, I've been doing a little bit of gameplay also. Usually with my son Kyle. And I also played a couple with Josh, otherwise known as Evil Ed. Shout out to you. I'm hoping to do one with my buddy Jed Wien. We always play together. We have some really fun matches. He's a better builder than I am, and you guys should really thank him. If not for him, I wouldn't be narrating these videos. That was all his idea. He also came up with the idea to live stream the item shop, so props to Jed Wien. I stopped by the comic book store yesterday. We have Collector's Paradise near us. That is where they shoot the Bat in the Sun intros. So it's kind of a famous comic book store. And I stopped in there to ask if I could pre-order the Batman Fortnite 0 Point comic book, which is coming out in April. They said to go to the website. Their website is comicsandcards.net. So if you're in the US of A and you want to pre-order that comic book, go to comicsandcards.net. And it hasn't shown up there quite yet. You might have to go in there in a few weeks. But definitely keep your eyes posted on that website. You don't want to miss that comic book when it comes out. The very first one will give you a special unlock for Harley Quinn's outfit. I might have to buy that so I can get that. I already have Batman. And each of the 6 comic books, they come out every other month for the next year starting April, will have a special code, and you could unlock a special skin for either Harley Quinn or Batman, or who knows, maybe there's a special skin for someone else, like Raven, Green Arrow, or Flash, or Catwoman, those, or Poison Ivy, or the Joker. Did I forget any DC characters there? Is Midas Rex, is that a DC character? Alright, there's a frog on the run. Let's see if we can nail him. Nope, they got away. Now, sometimes you could find wolves right here. Do you guys remember the Predator from last season? He used to show up around here. Now they've replaced him with wolves. Lock Up the Wolves. That's an album by Dio. He is one of the greatest heavy metal singers of all time. He first had a band called Elf, then he sang for Rainbow and then Black Sabbath, and then he went solo, and the rest is history. My guitar player Rowan Robertson from my band AM Radio, he was in Dio for the Lock Up the Wolves album. Very awesome. Make sure to check that out. And a little bit more trivia on Surfstrider here. I am on Fortnite Wiki. Here's the cosmetic review for him. Surfstrider is another water-based outfit with an aqua jacket and an advanced diver mask with blue painted visors, in case you guys are wondering what that mask is all about. And it also says the outfit was previously called Wave Breaker. That's interesting. I never knew that. And I think that's about it for the trivia on Surfstrider. We had to buy a laptop for our daughter Raina. She is doing Zoom homeschooling. And there's Lara Croft's emote right there. That's a really cool one. It's traversal, of course. And her laptop came with an Intel CPU, which qualified us to get the Surfstrider skin, which is part of the Surf Squadron set. A little bit tricky on how to actually unlock that. I did a video on that, and there is a link to Fortnite and Intel's cross promotion. If you guys have a hard time figuring that out, just let me know. I'll check that out. There's wolves at the door. Looking at the Lara Croft with me, huh? And we got some bones and meat. That looks tasty. We had chicken drumsticks for dinner last night. Those were delicious. My wife is pretty mean in the kitchen. It's like living in a Japanese restaurant. In all honesty, she could cook any kind of dish. She makes her own sushi too. That is absolutely delicious. My favorite kind of sushi are California rolls and Philadelphia rolls, which is funny because I live in Cali and my younger brother Greg lives in Philly. South Philly to be exact. They're very particular about that. Hey, you're from Philadelphia? No, I'm from South Philly. I almost saw a Philadelphia Phillies game once. It got rained out though. My band AM Radio was on tour. Alright, here we are crafting a hunter's cloak. Could have used that a couple minutes ago when we were encountering the wolves. Although Lara Croft probably would have just shot him anyways. That's what the bosses do. Alright, storm's coming. Time to move. Speaking of baseball, when I was growing up, my dad used to take us to Red Sox and Yankees games. We grew up in Connecticut. We didn't have a baseball team. So we had to go to either Fenway Park in Boston or Yankee Stadium in New York. My younger brother Eric was a Yankees fan, and I was a Red Sox fan. I remember one time the Red Sox were playing the Orioles, and my dad had an empty soda cup, and one of the guys hit a foul ball, and my dad caught it with the cup. That was pretty awesome. And then he got it signed by Carl Yastrzemski, otherwise known as Yaz. He was a famous baseball player from the 70s and 80s. I have a bunch of his baseball cards. I actually have a lot of baseball cards still. They're all from the 70s, some from the late 60s. They almost got destroyed when my closet suffered water damage. I've had closet water damage a couple times. One time I had a cheap Hollywood apartment, and my comic book collection almost got destroyed. A pipe burst in the wall, and it flooded the closet. Luckily, I had them all in Mylar bags, and it protected them. Of course, I eventually eBayed my entire comic book collection. That was kind of sad. I had some great stuff. I had all the original Wolverine miniseries. I had all the old X-Men from like the 70s. I digress. Alright, who do we got here? Beef Boss is no longer in the game. Check him out. Is it Grill Sergeant? Yeah, it is. I want to get that skin. It's really cool. Move those buns, soldier. That's pretty funny. Quest accepted. And that house on the hill is no longer here. You're going to see in a moment it was replaced by a spire and a spire guardian. I think there's 5 spire guard locations. One in Weeping Woods, one near Steamy, one right here, one near Sweaty Sands, and the other one can't remember for some reason. And then of course there's the main spire itself. Guardian of the Sea. There she is right there. And good thing I have Laura Croft here. They always do that special fancy jump. Kind of annoying actually. Come on now. You're going down. I like the bows for taking out these guys. One good hit and it gives them a lot of damage. And they always drop an epic primal rifle. Oh, look at that. I did that challenge there for Laura Croft. Got my gold bars. I was thinking of doing a Q&A live stream. I think that would be fun. Just maybe go into Party Royale, do some fishing. You guys can ask me some questions. My item shop videos have been going off the rails lately. I've been trying to keep them focused on the item shop, but I end up just doing gameplay and getting completely sidetracked. I think after tonight's item shop, I'm going to nix the gameplay and just focus on the item shop. I have a lot of you cool cats tuning in just trying to look at the item shop, so I want to keep it simple there. Alright, here we are at Craggy Cliffs. Let's get up on the roof here. You'll see in a moment that I'm traversing the entire map. I started off in Stealthy, and I'm going to make my way to that little town just west of Steamy Stacks. I can't remember what it's called. Maybe when we get there it'll let us know. I know they decorated it for Halloween and Christmas a couple years ago, and then they just kind of wrecked it and left it at the wayside. My daughter's watching YouTube videos in the other room. She's laughing. I don't know if you could hear that or not. I live in a very tiny house. It's a guest house behind a main house. Maybe someday I can afford a real house. But this place is awesome. I get to keep my family close, which is very awesome for me, because I'm all about family. I don't need a big fancy house. Just a place to keep my stuff and my family, and play video games. There's Remedy. You can no longer hire her. However, she's the first boss I saw carry over from last season. I think that's interesting. There's Laura Croft running around outside. Pretty late in the game to accept a quest, but whatever. And look at that. I leveled up. And I also upgraded my weapon. Oh, here's a side note. I finished my song Marigold yesterday morning. I was listening last night and I might want to do just a little tweak on the mix, and then I still have to make a video for it, and then I'm going to release it to the public on my YouTube. So please look forward to that. I'm pretty excited about that song. I like the way it came out. I have a lot of fun recording the guitar, which is pretty funny because my main instrument is vocals. I'm not a very good guitarist. It's still kind of new to me. How I'll record the song is I'll do drums first, then bass, and then I'll do the rhythm guitar tracks. Maybe a riff, if I already have the riff written. And then I'll just have fun coloring it in with guitar. And then of course last I'll do the vocals. I do the leads first, then the doubles, sometimes triples, and then harmonies. And who do we have here? That's looking like Stage Slayer. Or is that Slash from Guns N' Roses? I can't tell. They look the same. What's up with this? There's an aggressive boss. Someone must have hired them. Oh, there they are. Reese. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Eliminated. Oh, look at that. I got some XP for the elimination. Pretty cool. And someone else is shooting at me. Looks like the boss was still alive. Maybe I pissed off Stage Slayer, and that's what that was all about. I shouldn't have critiqued him on his guitar riff. He got all upset. Alright, there's only 7 left. And it looks like I just lost Lara Croft in the storm. That's too bad. I could have used her for the end of the game. Now, let's look at that. Christmas tree dude was just chilling there. Not anymore. Time to take the Christmas tree down. We always put our Christmas tree up on either Thanksgiving Day or the day after. That's the day that everyone's out shopping. We're at home putting up a Christmas tree and playing video games. We are a video game playing family. I play Fortnite and Rocket League. My son plays Roblox and Fortnite. My daughter plays Roblox, sometimes Animal Crossing. And my wife plays Final Fantasy and Roblox. Of course, when the new Five Nights at Freddy's game comes out, I'm going to be playing that too. I love those games. I did all 6 of them. We also tried out the Ultimate Custom Night. That was interesting. Didn't play that too much. And then there's FNAF World, which is free on Steam, or at least it was a year ago. My kids played that one. That's more of a kid-oriented game. My son got his very first graphic novel yesterday. As I said before in this video, we went to Collector's Paradise, featured in the Bat in the Sun videos. And I asked the guy, what is a good comic book for a 6-year-old who likes Spider-Man? And as he was searching out a graphic novel, he said, oh, I got one here that has Venom in it too. And the first words out of my mouth were sold, because Kyle loves Venom. So Kyle's very first graphic novel is Spider-Man and Venom. I can't remember what my first comic book was. I know I had an old Tarzan comic book. I do remember I used to get Spidey Super Stories in the mail. My dad got me a subscription when I was a kid. I had tons of those. That was a comic book geared towards little kids. Wish I still had all those. I sold those. I had 3 different comic book collections and I sold them all. The only comics I kept were the Guardians of the Galaxy and the Marvel Presents, which also featured Guardians of the Galaxy. And that is the original lineup with Star-Lord, Charlie 27, Nikki, Martinex, Yondu, Alita, and who else? I'm forgetting someone. Vance Astro, that's right. Vance Astro, I think, was the leader of the group. And Star-Lord is the one who knows. He was played by Sylvester Stallone in the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 movie. That was really cool how they did a nod to the original Guardians of the Galaxy. The original Guardians of the Galaxy were in the 31st century. Just like DC's counterpart, Legion of Superheroes, also in the 31st century. You know, I think the Guardians of the Galaxy might have been my first comic book, which was technically Marvel Presents. 25 cents for a comic book. What are they, like $3.99 right now? I think that the Fortnite Batman 0 Point comics will be $3.99. Yesterday was my first time in a comic book store in quite a while. It was wicked exciting. Too bad I was on a tight schedule. I would have loved to hang out there more and look around. I also got my son a little Golden Book Spider-Man, Miles Morales version. Kyle likes that one too. That animated movie was really cool. Great soundtrack too, whoever came up with that. Alright, it's just me and one other player here. It's looking good for Surf Strider, who used to be known as Wave Breaker. That was a fun piece of trivia there. I never knew that. This is currently my favorite Fortnite skin. Alright, let's take down this guy's fort and see if we can win the game. At the very least, we'll eliminate his height advantage. Now he's on the down low. Alright, where'd you go? There they are. I got a nice hit on him. Let's see if we can finish this. Here we go. First victory royale of Season 6. And time for a card trick. Pick a card, any card. Hope you guys enjoyed that match. I look forward to see what the Victory Royale umbrella is all about. We're going to take a look at that in a moment here. Let's check out my winnings. First we have the Warp Wave unlocked from the Battle Pass, and here it is. Congratulations, Foundational Umbrella. No matter what happens, do not give up. Part of the 7 set. And don't forget to support a creator, JikkySef. That spells JikkySef. That's me, by the way. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and have a great Fortnite.